I am one with my glorious I Am Presence and Holy Christ Self. My personalities, body elemental, and new spirit. All parts of my being are in balance, harmony, and alignment. I pull in my aura so that I am fully contained within Metatron's cosmic egg. And I am now ready for today's message. Greetings, beloveds. It is a glorious day upon your planet, as is each day for those of you with the eyes to see the perfection and the glory that is flooding into this world daily. This is a most propitious time for your planet, beloveds. And I wish you to join in the recognition of all of the wondrous things that are happening daily upon this planet. As every day, more and more children are awakening to their own divinity. Your media and sources of the news are predominantly filled with negative reporting meant to incite fear, depression, anxiety, and all the other negative emotions that only serve to keep you imprisoned in a version of reality that is rapidly disintegrating. Almost all of the news media are owned by a very few handful of individuals. It is in their interest that you be kept, maintained in a state of fear and negativity. For that way you will continue to play the game by their rules, which they have established. You have to continue to work at a joyless job. You have to continue to pay for insurance and to buy into a medical system that is almost causing more deaths and destruction than it is healing. I know that these words are hard to hear, beloveds. And I know that many of you want to reject them without investigating or doing the research to prove them either wrong or right. If you feel a great rejection of this information, I do ask that you do the research. Investigate to find out if what I say is true. In doing so, you can only obtain a greater freedom from these forces that wish to maintain you as a slave to the system. This is not what I want for you, beloveds. I want you to feel free to feel joyful, to have faith in the perfection and the goodness of God and of all that life has to offer you. You were intended to have a joyful, fulfilling life, held at every single moment within the heart of God, from which you would be able to experience life on this planet within the safety of God's heart. But there are forces and individuals who have decided that your life would be different from this. And with the power that comes with great amounts of money, they have changed the rules of the game to fit or to suit themselves. Rejoice, beloveds, for this situation will not be allowed to endure much longer. Great changes are coming forth that will affect the whole of humanity. My message to you, beloveds, is you do not need to wait for the whole of humanity to receive these blessings. In order to receive them right now in your own life. And the way to do that is by establishing a very strong connection between you and God, between you and your I Am presence, which is a part of God. When you can learn to rely on your I Am presence as being the most wondrous source of all of the information and energy and every little thing you could possibly require to exist on this planet, you will have freed yourself from the drudgery of enslavement by the forces that still think that they are in power in this world. They are only in power if you, my beloved ones, hand over your power to them. When you declare that the negative forces are in power in this world, then you make it true in your world. When you acknowledge and declare that only God is the power and the authority and has the dominion over everything in this world, then that too is true for you and in your world. You cannot proclaim this for another, beloveds, as much as I know that many of you would like to. But every individual is still free to proclaim and decide what authority has the absolute power in their individual worlds. What you can do for these, your beloveds, who have not yet decided that God is the absolute authority in their worlds, is to visualize the light of God surrounding them, enfolding them, penetrating every cell of their being. And in this way, the light and love of God will reveal itself to the individual from within. This is a very powerful gift that I place in your hands. And I ask that you do this for all of your loved ones. And when you are able, to do it for all of those for whom you find it impossible to feel love. To do it for those of whom I just spoke. Those few individuals who are so immersed in negativity that they cannot think of anybody but themselves. When your heart has grown so big that you can visualize God's love and light surrounding even them, you will have become one of the greatest forces that I have on this planet to bring about the ascension of the entire planet and the entire human race. This light is much needed, beloveds. It is all-powerful. It is all-knowing. And it is everywhere present. This love light energies has all of the qualities of the Godhead. But as long as it remains simply dispersed in the atmosphere, people are able to avoid it, shall we say. Just as the sun shines upon everything, everywhere,